Nope, I'm good.
All right, okay, there we go. We have the visual and the audio. Miracle of our high-tech production technology. Okay, right. First up on the Glory Hogger, captained by Mattis Samo, we have a top deck Merc. We have Artemis Wings and a bottom deck Gat Mortar on the Gentleman's Teabag. We have a left side Hades, Heavy Flak, Lumberjack, right side Watcher, Carronade. On the Dancing Feather, we have a front Artemis, left side Artemis Hades, right side Gat Mortar, and finally on the Mucky Duck, we have a left side Hades, Lumberjack, Heavy Flak, and right side Carronade Watcher. Did all the loadouts this week. I'm breaking protocol. I'm being a Dirty Harry like Maverick.
A brick taking
so
over the whole system, just brick and brick productions.
Yeah, it's not C Sports anymore. It's Brick Productions. Brick and Brick. Brick-a-brack. Brick-a-brack Productions. I like that.
Yeah, Brick Hardcastle, starting his production studio based on the sales of his past autobiographical novel, Notoriously Beautiful, the Brickless Hardcastle story on shelves now, Amazon something, I don't know. But yeah,
Wherever good
interesting.
books are sold. Yeah.
How long has it been since we've seen opposing galleons in one of these weekly events?
It has felt like an age. Ever since everybody realized that Merc's Artemis Hades was the be-all and end-all of the meta right now.
I mean, we've seen the gents, and we've seen Sacrilege bringing double lumberjack galleons from time to time, but they seem to really be the only one. So interesting seeing one from the Ducks team here. Although the Waddling in the few times that they've played, we've seen them play double galleon.
I feel
go particularly well for them.
The waddling is just inherently limited by the double galleon choice. I love the flavor. I love that they're taking something that's unique, something that's kind of old school in its way, but it's just those big heavy broadsides are just going to get sniped out by those mercs and arts every time, and that's the problem. Mobular Galleon, now that is an interesting one. Now this is a combination, I mean, very much here, I feel like the Ducks team, it's a combination of Waddling and Mandarin, and the Gents team, it's a combination of old school and new school, with that Gentleman's Teabag, of course, the iconic galleon of Captain Roy, and the Glory Hogger, the iconic ship of Mattis Samo, of course, iconic for one reasons of killing himself on one of the canyons on this map in that very Mobula. That is not of course that's not to say that Mad Hatters Mad Hatters are a very good team. That was just a freak accident. That will probably never happen again.
Yeah, we saw back in November, we saw the Mad Hatters take a couple Sunday rumbles. We had a period of, I guess, a month or two where we had several gents versus gents finals on Sundays. Both teams just with very strong long-range play. And I guess the reintroduction of the Ducks into these weekend events has really sort of mixed things up in that regard. But yeah, we're having kind of the little canyon do-si-do going on here. Everyone's circling around, nobody, all these damn clouds.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these damn clouds.
It looked like for a moment maybe the
teabag.
Spot's
gone down.
Yeah.
There we go. So the Glory Hogger has been spotted now. The Glory Hogger turning in on the Mucky Duck and the Dancing Feather as they're coming forward. This looks like it could actually be a canyon ambush. Let's see here. The Dancing Feather coming around.
Well, not much of an ambush, because
Well,
the
engagement anyway.
Hatters
Bleh.
had plenty of time to prepare, but yes.
Yes, okay, I'll take what I can get. And the Gentleman's Teabag being focused here. Lots of Hades, lots of Artemis just smashing down into the hull.
Also, that
Gentleman's Teabag.
Lumberjack and the Mucky Duck just destroying the Teabag's balloon, taking it completely out of this fight.
That is true. The Gentleman's Teabag able to get some cover before things got too dicey, but a bit of permahull damage has been done. Now the Glory Hogger taking the brunt of this damage. Oh, the focus fire raining down. The Glory Hogger has to get the hell out of here right now.
With that same moment, Dancing Feather also taking a ton of damage. That center Mercury field gun on the Glory Hogger just so effective at taking down the whole armor, but unfortunately, sustaining so much damage itself, it has to pull out of the fight. Not able to finish the job on the Dancing Feather.
Yes, indeed, the Mucky Duck and the Dancing Feather have Overwatch, no pun intended, above the Gentleman's Teabag and the Glory Hogger.
Maybe going in for a flank here. Kind of sidling around the rock.
Hogger has spoken on occasions of the importance of flanking, but
the Mighty Duck's coming with him. Or the Mucky
Duck.
The
Mucky Duck is coming along. The Mighty Duck, that would be pretty funny, but it's not to be. The Dancing Feather, yep, they've caught they have ambushed the Gents this time, or the Mad Hatters even, as they fire on the Glory Hogger. Glory Hogger was facing the runway, completely unprepared, taking massive damage, and he goes down. Gentleman's Teabag trying to book it out of here. But let's see, what tool does he have? He only has kerosene. Hopefully that will be able to get him out of this tricky situation, but he's taking heavy fire. All his engines have been taken down. Dancing Feather is in hot pursuit. There's Artemis is going to be smashing straight into the engine of the Gentleman's Teabag. Gentleman's Teabag taking a bump here. The Artemis and Hades fire continuing to come down as the Mucky Duck comes in to finish the Gentleman's Teabag off. However, the Glory Hogger has respawned. The Glory Hogger is coming back. No, it's too late. Gentleman's Teabag has got to be finished by now, but maybe I'm wrong.
It is a galleon.
He is continuing. They are focusing those engines and hull. They are tanking it.
It does have 4 engineers.
That is true. They're just pointing in the right direction. Just sort of putting full throttle forward, and they are just tanking it. And they have managed to survive amazingly against all odds. But in this engagement, the Gentleman's Teabag has 2 guns disabled. They are at disadvantage. But the Dancing Feather decides to back off.
Well, Dancing Feather started taking some long-range support fire from the Glowing Hogger. And the Dancing Feather also has the hold disadvantage in this match, only down to about 30%. So Frogger's going to have to be very careful. Again, that Mercury field gun on the Glory Hogger will take down that armor just in a couple shots.
I get the feeling it's going to be an uphill battle for the Mad Hatters here. Mainly because the Dancing Feather and the Mucky Duck can do sideways cover sniping. The Glory Hogger, however, cannot, being a mobular. They see him taking a bounce there. Negotiating these tight canyons, proving awkward for the big fat mobular. The Gentleman's Teabag charging forward. And it looks like they're going to escape. But Glory Hogger's staying behind a bit.
Looks like he's just taking a moment to mobilize here. Maybe
That's
not.
True, but these two have got
coordination.
Yeah, the Gentleman's Teabag is speeding on ahead, full blast here. They are getting dangerously split up right now.
And it looks like the Ducks sense this. They are moving towards the Pipe Rock, which is where the Gents are repositioning to.
Yes, the ducky senses are tingling. Whacking in unison to reposition here.
And flare going down.
Glory Hogger spinning around, doing a little pirouette. Whee!
I wonder if
What's gone
Oh,
down on the Mucky Duck and the
the ducks.
Dancing Feather?
The ducks flaring themselves, I believe. That the flare on the back of the mucky duck.
Yeah, flare on the back of the Mucky Duck. Yep.
I'm not sure why they thought the gents would be actually on that side of the rock because they did not have time to
Oh, process
make
of
it over there.
elimination,
But
I guess. I mean, the last place they saw them was going through this tight little pass. I guess they thought they'd be in that general area. Either that or they're stream watching, but I'm not gonna.
well,
I'm gonna
if
assume
they
they're
were
not doing that.
watching, they probably wouldn't have flared themselves.
Oh,
With
well,
no
I don't
enemies
know then.
area. Regardless,
Well, no, well, the thing is, it actually is a good idea to not flaring themselves, they're flaring the gents. I mean, look at where the flare is, but look at where the clouds are. Now the Glory Hog are getting beaten down here. Ah, yes, this is why the Mad Hatters have chosen this position. This bar here will allow the Glory Hogger to pop up and down behind the cover.
I wonder if, oh man, I wonder if the ducks would be so bold as to try to go through that pipe.
Well, that would light up my life. That would be very interesting. I would love to see that.
Looks like they might just be going around it completely, though.
It does look like that, doesn't it? Dancing Feather, Mucky Duck taking a wide-angled flank here. Dancing Feather turning towards the pipe. Or is he going to do it? Please do it. Please do it, Dancing Feather. Please do it. Make my life interesting. Dancing Feather's engines are buffed. He's ready to go in.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Oh, could this be recalling some of the great raft flanks of the past for Frogger here? No, it's not. Okay, never mind.
Oh no, he's just going over
He's
for
just
a
getting
little peek.
spots. He's just getting spots.
Although getting himself spotted in the process.
Getting in the process,
turn,
yeah. Not terribly subtle.
Oh, what a tease!
Hey. Right, just shots through this little tiny gap.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this before. Sniping through the pipe gap.
Yep. Wow. Well, that's definitely not. No, that's not going to get anything done. No one's going to get a kill doing that. You'll need to find a way to put far more consistent fire than that. I'm afraid, if you want to kill the Glory Hogger and the Gentleman's Teabag here, you either have to go all the way around or flank from both sides, or dare I even say it, go through that little area. Well, they'd probably get them killed if they went through the little, the little eye of the needle right here. But
I wonder what's going on with the altitude difference on the ducks. If maybe, I don't know, the Dancing Feathers perhaps almost trying to bait the Mad Hatter's team, because the Mucky Duck's just holding this really low altitude. And Nubs, the pilot of that galleon, does have hydrogen. So if they manage to lure out the red team at some point, the Mucky Duck could very quickly rise up to engage them. So I'm just wondering if this is maybe they just want to keep a tight formation and the altitude difference is so they don't bump into each other, or if this is some sort of ambush tactic. Although at this point they're kind of out in the open, so maybe that won't come into play.
Well, Dancing Feather wants to just fire down onto them. I mean, Mucky Duck wants to arc those shots over the top of that. Oh, and look at all the damage on the Gent's Teabag. Fuck, bloody hell, that caught me completely by surprise there. Gentleman's Teabag unable to descend fast enough to get the cover it needed. Now the Glory Hogger is all on his own. I think it would behoove the Ducks to be more aggressive here, and that is exactly what they're doing. Dancing Feather coming in, Mucky Duck turning as well. They smell blood in the water here. If they get that kill on the Glory Hogger, they will have that crucial timeout advantage.
I mean,
That
if the
third kill.
Glory Hogger is gonna be very prescient about what is going on here. If they get good gap mortar timings, Glory Hogger could take down the Dancing Feather, but they seem completely oblivious, continuing to snipe on the Mucky Duck as the Dancing Feather descends.
Yeah, doing some permahull as well.
But that's
But the
not...
Glory Hogger is getting batted, and the mortars rain in, and boom. There we go. Now that the Ducks have the third kill, the Mandarins have shown in the past they are certainly not above just waiting out the clock and running away. And why should they be? They want to win.
Captain Roy booking it. I'm not taking a very forward position. It would be very unfortunate if he got caught out here before the Mobula has time to regroup with him. Mobula being one of the slower ships in the game, so it will take some time to make it out to this halfway point of the map, although they are regrouping, so looks like that won't be an issue.
Glory Hogger and the Gentleman's Teabag taking position above this kind of red rock spire here. Oh, now the Dancing Feather coming in. Oh, talking of canyon ambushes, the Dancing Feather has caught the Glory Hogger off guard, raining in the Artemis, raining in the Hades, doing devastating amounts of damage. Glory Hogger just does not know what to do, just caught completely off guard. A few crucial Hades shots missed, but I don't think it'll matter. And the last few hook in and take care of him. Now the Gentleman's Teabag, it's all on his own. It's the last kill here for the Ducks. Go, Ducks, go. Here's your opportunity. The Hades raining in on the Gentleman's Teabag. Excellently executed trifecta by the Dancing Feather. A lumberjack is their answer. But one lumberjack shot isn't enough to stop the Dancing Feather's relentless push as the Mucky Duck comes in with a focus fire for the finish. GG, says Captain Roy, preemptively. Okay, the Gentleman's Teabag has actually managed to get cover, and now the Glory Hogger is coming in. Well, okay, this match did not finish quite the way we expected it to. Here, the Dancing Feathers rounding this corner, wanting to finish off the Gentleman's Teabag, but the Glory Hogger is sniping the Mucky Duck. And they're starting to take their armor down. The Mucky Duck,
like
few of the guns are down.
Changing their mind, they're reversing.
Yeah, Dancing Feather isn't sure what to do here. I mean, do they want to go? They want to go for the finish on the Gentleman's Teabag, or do they defend their ally? The Mucky Duck's armor's being taken down. However, the Glory Hogger's balloon's been taken down here. And it looks like they're going to go and focus the Mobula instead. And there we have it. It seems the Mobula is being focus fired. Oh, well, at least fired upon by those arts and those Hades. As soon as the Mucky Duck gets a couple lumberjack shots, I think that will be it. And boom. Right, well, interesting match. The Mad Hatters used some unconventional cover, unconventional build, Mobula Galleon, but the combination between waddling Galleon and Mandarin Junker ended up winning the day here. But the gents can still claw this back because this is only the first of 3 cover snipe fest here. I think this will force the Ducks to be more aggressive if it ends up becoming a cover snipe fest. And I mean, well, you know, the longer the range you're firing up at Hades, the less effective it is. Anyway, the gravitation here, captained by Matisamo, has a gap mortar front and a double merc side. On the Gentleman's Teabag, captained by Captain Roy, is a left side Hades lumberjack, heavy flak right side Watcher, heavy carronade with a flare rear.
And on the blue team, we have the Dancing Feather left side, Artemis, Hades right side, Gatling Mortar, his ally, Monkey Duck. Left side, Hades, Lumberjack, Heavy Flag. Right side, Carronade, Watcho with a rear flare. So what you were saying earlier about those side mercs, I'm not sure how much the range difference will play into it, since this is on Duel at Dawn, one of the smaller maps. But certainly the armor stripping of the dual Mercuries will have a big effect,
Yeah,
allowing the Gents team to just pile on damage much more quickly.
Well, the thing is that the Merc shots, they're straighter, they travel faster than the Hades, and they strip that armor very quickly, and they allow for consistently getting that permahull down, consistently chipping away at them. This is why if the ducks aren't more aggressive, they will feel get chipped down. And I think this is the reason why the Dancing Feather is being so aggressive here. They do not want to drawn out cover snipe fest because they will get chipped by those mercs. And the Gentleman's Teabag taking heavy damage here from the Dancing Feather and the Mucky Duck. Gentleman's Teabag zooming forward to try and zone out the fire of the Mucky Duck and the Dancing Feather. He does that successfully.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting dynamics on this map, is seeing which team decides to use the ribs and which team decides to go into the center. I mean, we see it, and I've never been able to really pick out a discernible pattern, or, this is something we should ask them, why they've decided to go into the center of the map, because we've certainly seen the Ducks utilize those ribs as much as anyone else, but in this game, I don't know, rushing to the center.
The reason why I feel the Russians, they know they have to be aggressive here. Oh, there we go. The Gentleman's Teabag taking heavy damage. What they're doing is they're flanking the Gents. They're never going to let the the Mad Hatters, I should say. They're never going to let the Mad Hatters get too comfortable with cover sniping, because if they do, then they'll just get chipped down. Now they see the Dancing Feather coming forward again. He can just drop those spots, he can come back in, he can rain down that fire on the Gentleman's Teabag, and then pop back. The Mucky Duck taking pot shots whenever the Gentleman's Teabag exposes itself.
And the Dancing Feather, at such a high altitude, just the Teabag's unable to really return any fire. He's pretty much just kind of chilling up in the clouds.
This is the right strategy here. Gentleman's Teabag, balloon, and hull taken down. Oh, Gentleman's Teabag struggling to find cover here by that rib. He's not in a great position though. He is just as soon as if that balloon gets taken down again, he's going to start crashing. He's going to be in deep trouble. The Mucky Duck just, incredible lumberjack shots. Look at that, just arcing forward right under and right over these bars here, just relying on the quality of these very experienced gunners and engineers. Gentleman's Teabag descending, balloons down. Gravitation trying to figure something out here, but I think it's too late. Firing the mercs here, trying to strip down the armor of the Dancing Feather, but it may be too late. That just sheer attrition damage of those Hades, of those arts, is almost got the Gentleman's Teabag.
Well, I think at this
Mucky
point,
Duck.
the gravitation is just trying to disable any of those guns to mitigate some of the firepower coming down on his ally.
Yeah, I mean, the gravitation and the Gentleman's Teabag have been backed into a proverbial corner here.
A proverbial corner?
Gentleman's Well, it's not really
this
a
is
literal.
I
guess it's sort of a literal corner, yeah. The Gentleman's Teabag keeps getting backed into corners anyway, literal ones. Now, the gravitation is taking fire from the Dancing Feather. Just very, very good strategy here by the Ducks. They're not going to just...
At this point, the Hatters have taken so much damage on their permahull. Like, I'm not sure they can win this engagement. Like just
No,
the
well, I don't.
moment any armor on their team goes down, they're going to instantly just evaporate. But I think they're going to have to go into a team wipe here and respawn and rethink their strategy.
Well, I don't think you can ever just say we're gonna kill ourselves. I mean, that's just not in a competitive team nature.
Well,
Um,
certainly
they're gonna
not,
have
but
they're gonna have to find a way to do as much damage as possible, even if they do accept that they are going to die. Maybe try for some kind of grand charge or something here, because the position they're in is just not a favourable one.
and also keep in mind the longer this game, right? I mean, you can kind of say at this point, um, the Ducks basically have 2 points right now. Like those two red ships, so damaged. They're
Oh,
going to
gravitation! I think yeah, it's
yeah.
about to go down. There we go.
So the issue is the longer this engagement goes out, the closer to the time limit they get. If the Ducks already more or less have 2 points, they just need one more to activate the overtime timer. So the longer this engagement goes on, the less time the Mad Hatters have to get their own points to try to tie it up as you go, closer and closer to the time limit.
I think the Ducks are just they're making good use of altitude, good use of the terrain, good use of the clouds, good use of positioning. They're getting high altitude, sort of nullifying those mercs. They're preventing them from cover sniping. I think the Mad Hatters are going to have to start getting going to have to be a bit more aggressive here. I mean, they've got a gap mortar Pyramidion. If a good solid ram on the Dancing Feather and then just following it down with some gap mortar, they can get a kill fairly sharpish. Or if they charge that long-range gun line of the Mucky Duck, they could also be quite deadly doing that as well.
Yeah, I think
What they can't do is they can't just do what they did again and get killed again, I don't think.
I think trying to get a ram on the Dancing Feather might be a little optimistic. I mean, just the Junker has so much of a maneuverability advantage over the Pyramidion, and Frogger, one of the most experienced like we've seen people go for rams against the Mandarins in the past, and it rarely works out. So I'm not sure ramming that ship is even
I'm
an
just
option.
the point is they have to get more aggressive here, because look, the Gentleman's Teabag once again being picked apart from high altitude. Look at all that focus fire damage. Components on fire. Oh, Gentleman's Teabag taking a bump. There we go. There's the charge. No. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, the gravitation turning back to its Merc side again. Yeah, because like I said, what they're doing is not working. They need to be more aggressive here.
I mean, maybe
their
some
trump
type
card
of
is
charge with the Galleon at the front to soak up the damage and the gravitation coming behind with the gap mortars. Yeah, it's a tricky situation.
It's not an enviable position to be in to try and think of some way out of just on the fly while you're constantly getting Hades and Artemis. And now the gravitation just kerosene forward just so he avoids crashing into the debris, trying to glide down and repair his balloon. Ooh, he's going to take a big nasty bounce there. Who is... Oh, they've got to repair that balloon and hull. Oof, that was so close.
Lost about 70% of their health in that bump.
Oh, but the balloon's down. Oh, they're kerosening forward. Everyone's fixing something. I don't think even the captain's at the helm. Oh, Matasama's jumped back on it now. They've got to... I think the gravitation's got to run, basically.
I mean, the Ducks just doing an absolute phenomenal job just shooting through these little gaps in the rib. It's really quite impressive.
Yes, it's quite impressive indeed. The gravitation now pulling
Maybe
back.
they have an opportunity here. The Dancing Feather, he's fairly separated from his ally. The Mucky Duck's really high. The
Mucky Duck's going forward. The Mucky Duck's exposing itself. This could be the solitary wind. Well, didn't expose himself for very long. Already presenting his broadside to the Gentleman's Teabag. Heavy focus fire going down on the Gentleman's Teabag. Gravitation's Mercs just not doing enough.
I think
Dancing Feather.
There was an opportunity there where the Mad Hatters could have potentially exploited the altitude difference between the Duck ships because the Monkey Duck only has hydrogen, it cannot drop down very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But you see now as the Monkey Duck is slowly equalizing that difference.
Oh dear! And now that the Mucky Duck has got the high ground and the gravitation and the Gentleman's Teabag, the Mad Hatters are just completely pinned down here. And as soon as the Dancing Feather's already firing on the Gentleman's Teabag here, there's just nowhere for the Gentleman's Teabag to go.
We have a report from the Skyriders Gents game. The Skyriders have taken the second game.
Wow,
5
there you
to
have
0. So a dominating victory from the Crimson Skyriders, and they will be going on to the finals to play the winner of the next the next sequence of matches.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of this match will be moving on to face Sacrilege, and the winner of that match will face Crimson Skyriders in the finals as the gravitation goes down.
Gentleman's Teabag here, just getting wrecked. There's no other word for it. I mean, it's trying to find some cover, but yeah, I think Matty's going to have to hold off here. Gentleman's Teabag is definitely going to die. There we go. What are they going to do? The Mad Hatters have got to try something here. They've got to go for broke. They're 1 kill away from losing this series.
Oh, I don't know. Like it has to be, as you're saying, it has to be some type of aggressive charge. But that Pyramidion, it's so vulnerable. They have to be very careful. They have to use the Galleon as a shield.
Well,
it's the only way I could think
either,
they could get a favorable engagement.
Either use it as a shield or use it as a distraction while the Pyramidion flanks, and that would be incredibly risky as well. But I feel they've got to roll the dice here.
I mean, and if they're flanking, they have to flank the blue Galleon, because the Junker, even if you flank a Junker, it can react so quickly and get those Gat mortars on you just in a matter of moments. I mean, you're going to be taking heavy damage almost immediately.
Well, that is true if you do manage to catch that Junker by surprise. I mean, yeah, again, maybe, I don't know, the optimistic ram, I don't know.
If somehow you manage to just land a really solid ram, that could potentially do it, but very risky.
Well, it's risky fighting the way they have been doing, and it's risky going for a charge. Either way, it's going to be risky. Gentleman's Teabag. Yeah, we go. The Gentleman's Teabag is turning its front guns. The Gentleman's Teabag is going in here. The gravitation is going down here. The Gentleman's Teabag firing on the Dancing Feather. The gravitation charging in on the Mucky Duck. The Gatling going down. The Dancing Feather. But the gravitation takes a bounce. But it's still continuing to fire that Gatling. It's getting awkward to get those arcs. Some of the Gatling shots hitting the balloon.
Oh no, here comes the Dancing Feather.
The Mucky Duck is turning his short-range side onto the gravitation. The heavy carronade coming down. And I think this is all she wrote for the Mad Hatters here. Oh my goodness. Well, a commanding victory there for the Ducks. Generic though they may be. 2 5-0 victories over the Mad Hatters. I just feel that the fusion of styles between Frogger and Nubs was overall more versatile and more effective than the one on the part of the Mad Hatters.